And welcome back to another edition of the John Wayne Surge Protector Podcast, a 60/40 production. I'm Eric Halsey.
I'm Alex Midway, and we don't mess around on this podcast. We jump straight to the numbers, baby. Tesla ticker. Let's get it going. Tesla ticker, we're at 292. Apparently it's down to 280. It's going to be a little bit tougher for Elon to buy a couple more hats.
Yeah, it's, pinning that. But it's almost like the return of their savior isn't exactly doing what they thought they were going to be doing after trashing his entire customer base.
When you walk off and you prove that you're a complete moron and you're not coming back off that ledge, there's a little bit less confidence in you. You got to produce first.
Yeah, if I am the world's leading producer of leather hippie sandals, it's probably not great if I come out there and then scream about how hippies are ruining the earth.
Come out and talk about DEFCON 9 and all these blanks. Just do little Kanye rants.
You know, it's the lack of masculinity.
It's all those patchouli that you guys smell of. Like, oh boy, it's going to take a long time to rebuild that brand.
And I know that these leather sandals are quality, but let me tell you something about the Subaru Forester and all the evil that's done.
Let's dial that back. So
yeah. See, I guess he forgot that taking a hot steaming dump and alienating. You're supposed to do that to your enemies, or peaceful brown people you don't want in this country.
Yeah.
But I digress.
Who would have guessed that people in trailer parks in Arkansas aren't the prime market for Teslas? Weird. Caught me by surprise, but I'm no marketing major.
Well, when you spend that much time buying the rights to say you started companies, maybe you're not a real genius after all.
Yeah.
I'm a founder.
Chainsaw. Anyways, jumping right over to the other winner's circle, we're doing some Ukraine updates. It's may not have ever heard of this man, but Umkanov Buvayasar of the Akhmat SF is now dead. So his call sign was Tarzan. May have swung from a couple trees a little bit too high and ended up on the business end of a drone. So the Akhmat SF were actually units commanded by Ramzan Kadyrov of the Chechnyans, and they deployed fighters to the region in Ukraine. If you're not familiar or you kind of forgot about it, this is a bearded fella. He came to fame because he was like, oh, we got these cyber trucks, and we're going to put 50 cals on them, and we're going to take them to combat. They're indestructible unless it's a light gust of wind and all my panels start flying off. So,
question for you.
Answer.
Do you think that a recall for these panels that, that the greatest engineer the world's ever seen decided to just glue on, do you think the recall applies to vehicles we sent out to war?
No. They're out there using duct tape instead. War tape.
Yeah. Guess a drone does a little bit more than a gust of wind.
Yeah. Well, it also created gusts of wind as well, so that could be what damaged the trucks.
All right, fair enough. Sounds like user error.
Yeah. Well, technically, Elon did brick the trucks because, I'll give him credit on that one. He is kind of linear in his whole thing, not wanting to be engaged when he kind of bricked the Starlink satellites as well when Ukraine was making a push into Russia. He also bricked 2 Cybertrucks. So I guess even Steven?
Yeah. Sounds fair.
Yeah. So if you remember, Kadyrov rose to power in Chechnya when they were having this whole struggle with Russia. And, well, his dad got pretty much killed because some of the locals started thinking that, hey, you know what, this guy's caving to Russia. And Kadyrov was like, whoa, you thought he was caving? Watch this. So he essentially decided that it's better to live on your knees than to die on your feet. And he's been Putin's lackey for a very long time. But he comes from a very strong stock. Whereas his dad kind of bit the bullet, got killed. His son, that's a strong man. That's an up-and-comer. That's a spark plug in the clubhouse, as some would say.
One of those blue chip prospects you put on the fast track, huh?
I mean, what were you doing at 17? Let me ask you this. What was your life accomplishments at 17?
Is this the explicit? Are we allowed to swear on this podcast?
No. That's one we got coming up later. It's blank, F you Friday. It's going to be released in a couple of weeks where we just start yelling things, but not today.
So since I can't talk about that, I'm guessing my second favorite thing to do at 17 was try and get bums to buy us beer.
Well, I noticed how you did not mention that you were your father's bodyguard, that you were a trustee of a Chechnyan Special Forces University, and you were an observer in a new army battalion, but I guess pretty close.
Oh, so you're telling me this kid's accomplished all this by 17?
At 17. Well, technically he's 18 now, but at 17, he was rocking all those accolades, so I can only imagine what he's done so far.
Okay, so this is definitely one of those things he earned by merit.
Uh-huh. Not a single sign of nepotism, clearly just hard work. Bodyguard at 17.
Glad to see the Chechnyans aren't on that DEI either.
Yeah. So, and he's definitely he's gonna have his work cut out for him because apparently Ukraine has signed a mineral deal with the U.S. Honestly, I haven't really read too much about it. From what I understand, it's very different from what the original deal was. Originally, Donald wanted $500 billion from Ukraine for aid that was already promised, delivered by Joe Biden. So kind of a take backseat policy. And at $500 billion in demand, that's a 4-to-1 ROI on your investment of cheap trash that you had laying around you had to get rid of to create jobs. And oh yeah, it wasn't even you who signed the deal. Now, technically, Ukraine has still controls all of its mineral rights, and now they can start expansion for a lot of shale areas. And one of the things, the old owner of Ukraine's energy company, he came out and said that if they do the exploration, and if it actually comes out to the numbers that they're thinking it can, they might be able to kind of give Europe the gas that it used to get from Russia. So again, Putin, master strategist.
So it sounds like Trump's undoing a bad deal that Biden made with Ukraine, if I'm hearing this correctly.
Yeah. No, it's he actually wanted it himself. It was like when he first came out, he was like, I'm tired of sending things to you guys. I need money back from you. And I wanted a return on investment. Like, well, dude, we're kind of in a war right now. What do you want? A couple old like missile things? I mean, Ukraine just dealt with, I think, 1,000 mortars that failed because somebody tried to cut costs. So on that one, and whoops, just got an update. That's not 1,000 mortars. That's 120,000 mortars that were faulty. I understand you're out there, you make fortune cookies, and you get a batch of 1,000 fortune cookies that doesn't have a fortune. But when you send out 120,000 empty butt fortune cookies, you're really messing something up, man. That's some poor oversight on my end. It makes no sense.
That sounds like it was done on purpose, honestly. like there's screw ups, and then there's like, all right, at some point you're doing this on purpose, man.
You can take away one fin, maybe the mortar still flies. Maybe you take a little bit of gunpowder, but like you're out there essentially like keeping the primer and all the gunpowder. Like, I don't know, make it a plastic dummy. So you're essentially like the lawn darts. That's what you're sending out at that point.
Yeah.
So
it's done on purpose. Do we know where they came from?
No, they wouldn't say. Consumer Protection Bureau apparently doesn't exist in Ukraine, just like it doesn't exist in America too.
I can't wait till the signal chat pops up with PD Pablo, like, LOL, they got our delivery.
Just $, flex America.
Right. Zelensky, like, am I supposed to be on this chat?
Why do you guys keep adding me? Oh, yeah, apparently that guy is one stepping down, Mike Walls.
I did see that.
Yeah, because clearly that was finally that's the only point of emphasis that they need to correct. Now it's a well-oiled machine.
That's like firing the babysitter because your kid can't be controlled.
Yeah,
like maybe it's your kid, dude.
Yeah. And you keep coming home and beating the babysitter.
I love it.
Why do you do this? So, moving right along. Trump also has floated out the idea of sending over troops, and we all know how much Putin loves foreign troops in Ukraine. But he also says, again, man, we'll put a couple dudes at the dig sites, make sure they're not there. And that's a little point of contention because Putin's been saying anyone in Ukraine is a clear target, but he's also thought he had Trump in his back pocket. And now Trump's kind of going off script. And from what I read today, some of his stuff with the Ukraine deal, there was actually maneuvering by Germany and both Macron from France and even Boris Johnson, the old PM from Britain down there. They kind of moved him in that general direction. And it's a lot of man to move. But, yeah, that's where we're at right now.
6'3", 224. Don't you ever forget it.
Just a first-round linebacker. Top 10 overall.
Or President Ray Lewis.
Yeah. So, lastly on the let's talk about Putin. Putin turned down a peace deal because his whole thing is, hey, man, I want everyone to recognize all of Crimea as Russian. I also want the 4 regions that I do not completely occupy to be completely mine. And the weird thing is, like, why does he keep asking for these regions? Well, that's a little bit of a throwback to the actual minerals deal because there's a lot of rare earth in those areas. He's not over there trying to set people free. He wants to get a couple lithium-ion batteries from the ground, man. Like, it's simple.
Seinfeld told us in the 90s, Ukraine is strong.
Ukraine is not weak. Like, I mean, that's not how wars go. You don't invade half a country, be like, okay, stop war, I get to keep the whole thing. Like, bro, you don't even occupy the whole thing. Like,
Yeah, so you're big into the news and seeing what's going on, and I heard about this peninsula about 3 years ago. But everything like I'd ever read is like that this one area is the spot of contention. This is Russia said this is ours. And that's all it was. And as soon as we come up to where like, okay, you can just have it, which is ludicrous in its own right. But then to come back and go, also these 4 that I have annexed and have total control of, please don't fact check. He pulled the old JD Vance on us. It's wild, but it just kind of goes into everything I've said about this whole God complex thing with dictators, right? All he wants is this, guys. All he wants is this. And as soon as he sniffs that amount, he's like, also all of this too, because there is no stop. There is no end point when it comes to power. It's ridiculous. So to believe anything was going to happen with this, it's dumb. We just need to step up, jump into Ukraine.
Yeah. I mean, he keeps referring. He's like, "Oh yeah, we held these referendums." Like, bro, when you say you have free and fair, and this is me doing air quotes, just go ahead and imagine them. Free and fair elections don't involve dudes with AKs standing outside of a polling booth. Like, come on, step in the booth. Let me see what you write real quick. Like, okay. And every time I see the results from these elections, like, Putin wins by a landslide of 98%. Like, first of all, he murdered everybody. Oh, never mind. The people running against him stabbed themselves in the back, jumped out a plate glass window, and proceeded to shoot themselves in the back of the head 6 times as they hit the ground with cyanide in their system. But
don't forget elevator shafts.
Yeah, there's a lot of that. There's Tyson Kruppen is not a very big entity in Russia. It's weird. But it's like, if you poll 100 people here, be like, who likes puppies? You're not getting Russian election numbers on people who like puppies. Like, you can't get that level of consensus. That's just straight up lie, man. Like, some people are allergic to dogs, but apparently no one's allergic to Putin.
Yeah, there's dog allergies are big, and as we found out, even a country our size has a handful of Christy gnomes somewhere. R.I.P. Cricket. We still remember.
A wonderful lady who shows up in jails wearing a Rolex. You're like, I'm one of the regular people.
Doing the Lauren Boebert, I'm wearing a bulletproof vest to prove I'm a tough guy too.
Yeah. Straight out the Maybelline counter is usually where I leave before I go do a raid.
No, but I absolutely love this idea of like Putin just wants this, kind of like how Hitler famously stopped in Poland.
Yeah. No, we don't have history to tell us what might happen.
No, this is the one great thing that we can always depend on. The worst people in the world will always come to power, and eventually they all have the same god complex, and there can only be one. That's why, like, remember a year or two ago where they were like China and Brazil and Russia are all getting away from the dollar and making their own currency. Like, yeah, guess what? Not one of this isn't going to work. There can only be one. There can only be one daddy in that crew, and they're all positive it's them.
Yeah, it's crazy. It looks like it's going to be Xi Jinping. I mean, that guy's positioned himself in the actual best spot on here. I mean, Putin's out here about to just be up a creek without a paddle. Bolsonaro's just balsa nutty. And we'll see how the rest of it falls out.
Well, as Ted Lasso famously said, that's on me for standing next to in the urinal next to John Holmes.
Gotta miss that show.
I know. They're coming back.
All right.
They are. They signed on for a 4th season.
Freaking love it. Okay, good.
Yeah, I think Disney has a hand on it, though. So Lasso is going to be a black woman, and
can we start complaining about it right now? Like, you ruined it because it's not what I grew up with, and it's different.
But on the other hand, Ted Lasso is going to take over as Ariel the Mermaid. So which one are you more mad about?
Like, it's these early dudes complaining about Ariel the Little Mermaid. Like, bro, you weren't going to go see this anyway. You're out there guarding the ladies' room, stopping the men from walking in. Like, shut up.
Buddy, if you're a 40-year-old man going to see the new Little Mermaid movie in theaters, you need to be on a registry list.
These are the things that matter to me. Like, bro.
Disney's treading on us.
Yeah.
No, the guys you voted for are treading on us.
Like, you guys are just looking for things to cry about at this point, man. Like, stop. Let a bunch of kids watch it. If a little girl was to see, like, a black Little Mermaid and it makes her happy, like, fine. It doesn't really matter, man.
Yeah. It in no way affects your life.
Yeah. Like, Superman come out as somebody else, like, of a different race. Like, that's fine. Like, people in different, like, it's easy as you're a white guy and all the superheroes are white dudes. You're like, cool. I can be essentially one day a guy with like laser beams coming out of my eyes. Like, someone else, let them have a little bit of fun. Remember, like, the Black Spider-Man when that came out? That was a really good series, and I love that with Miles in there. Like, that's fun. Like, swap it out, man. Do something different.
It's like a handful of years ago when you had to see every Marvel movie the day it came out. And then all of a sudden Black Panther came out and a bunch of people, even though it's been around for decades, have been like, not my superhero. Like, yeah. Well, he's a made up person, so it shouldn't matter to you.
Fine. Aren't you guys still complaining about the NFL? Like, come on, do that one now. Like, Christ.
Well, I guess when you boycott the NFL and refuse to watch it ever again, you don't have that many other choices for entertainment.
I guess we'll just watch this moonshine still keep dripping. Suck.
Tell me when Jethro's done with that cross. It's getting cold out here.
All right, we're getting sidetracked here. Let's keep this ball rolling. What are we on to?
All right, so jumping back into that pin about Elon and his new hat money. Okay. Elon showed up to a White House conference yesterday wearing not one, but two hats simultaneously, one on top of the other. I watched the video and thought to myself, he's so quirky, as I was reviewing job applications submitted from people recently fired from their government jobs. Man, that guy's so cool. Trump pointed out Elon's double hat in what was clearly a rehearsed setup, to which Elon replied, well, Mr. President, you know, they say I wear a lot of hats. Even my hat has a hat. I hate this dork with all of my heart. Just not a single good thing about him. I don't care. Hold on. My note says pause here for 3 seconds of uncomfortable silence. The video concludes with a smattering of forced laughter and what I can only assume is hostages held at gunpoint. Now, I want you to go down and track down this video. It's worth the 30 seconds. And just look at Elon's face as he's doing this. I'll hold. And now that you're back, the world's richest loser is so giddy that he can barely contain himself. When Trump is asking about these ridiculous hats of his, Elon looks like he's about to jump out of his own skin. He cannot wait for the funniest joke anybody's ever heard. It's ridiculous. You remember when Will Ferrell, back when SNL was awesome?
It's still good. It's got some good ones.
It is still good. It ain't that Will Ferrell cast that he had over those years was a murderer's row.
I mean, Shane Gillis and the Jack Black episode that they just recently had, just bangers, both of them.
Not saying the show's bad, but there was a difference. That was a loaded roster they had. Correct. Okay. Will Ferrell used to just crack people up. They could not hold their faces. They break character instantaneously with just a look. That was what Elon looked like. He could not wait to tell the funniest joke ever and make sure we all know he's funny. It hurt, and honestly, it's so cringy, it hurts my soul.
Like, you can't cancel comedy. Like, well, first you have to have comedy, dude, to get canceled. Like, stop it. Like, stay in your lane. As we mentioned it before, you were a hard 4 and now you're a soft 6 after God knows how much surgery. Like, stop, man. Just go back in the lab, sleep on the floor to test the plant, and put out some cool-looking cars, and we never see your ugly face again.
And according to all this baby mama drama and comments getting put out, soft 6 might be super generous.
Around.
Yeah. So it's kind of like how Trump couldn't buy class with his billions of dollars. Turns out you also can't buy a sense of humor.
Did you see the ABC interview?
Oh my God.
So when he's talking about, like, this is the White House. And take a look here. Like, and he just put gaudy gold stuff. It looks like just a bunch of old urns, like at your grandma's house. I'm like, bro, like, you're a property depreciator.
The guy who famously showed off his golden toilet on Lifestyles of the Rich and the Famous while talking about how his young daughter was wondering how chesty she was going to show up in a few years.
I'd date her. I really would. Like, yeah. And that's the guy we're going to elect to defend the kids. Like, you guys suck.
But on the other hand, Kamala's got a weird laugh. So,
yeah. Broad
6 one way, half dozen the other.
Yeah.
All right. So back to this dork. The world's wealthiest man almost pissed his pants over how the phrase wears many hats was going to come off while actually wearing numerous hats at the same time. I don't think you get how funny this is, buddy. I hate this man. I hate him so much. So somewhere between being 99.992% wrong about government waste and running Tesla into the side of a mountain, he somehow found a way to discover prop comedy. So way to multitask, big guy. Loser.
I don't know if he's really discovered. I think he's kind of scratching the surface, and it's hieroglyphics to him at this point. And he's trying, and I'm not going to lie. Elon, if you listen to this, give me a couple grand. I'll be a part of that laugh track. I'll be your biggest hype man. I'll jump around, scream chainsaw with you. I'll help you dress up in the 6 hats you want to put on in the morning, and I'll get you a clean toilet to carry around so you can be like, let that sink in.
And my offer is I'll stop calling you a dork and show you 3 comedy specials by George Carlin. And then maybe everyone will stop hating you.
That's a tall mountain to climb, buddy. Write some checks that you cannot cash.
Yeah. So my theory here, this loser stumbled onto Carrot Top videos from the internet.
Wouldn't be surprised. Starting at the bottom, it can only get better.
Oh my God. And I think he's I think after those 4 people were forced to giggle at him, I think he's going to go all in on this whole new comedy career. So I'll tell you right now, I think next stop is 90s observational comedy, i.e. like Seinfeld, which I think still might be over his head. So it's probably gonna be more like Jeff Foxworthy, and you might be a redneck. When he comes up with his own "you might be a redneck" joke about whatever his catchphrase is going to be, he is going to spray dirt water over everybody in that room, not being able to contain himself.
You might be a billionaire if.
Yeah, exactly. Like guys, you ever notice how Michelin star chefs always get upset when you want them to cook on your mega yacht? Violent.
What is foie gras? I've never heard of it anyway. I don't want to eat gras. I want to eat truffles.
It's going to be so stupid. I hate him. I hate him so much. I can't hold it back.
Well, I'm going to Mars, and also Full Self-Driving is coming out next month. I swear to God it is.
Yeah, and the only other thing he's going to have is catchphrase, where he's just going to talk regular and then just add like waka waka at the end of it, or.
I want to see him in a Big Bird outfit. I think that would actually make him relatable. Just walks in a Tesla dressed as Big Bird and his old bald head again.
I want him to go full circle, stumble upon Eddie Izzard, and then start doing it in drag.
Ooh, that might be a tough sell. He's going a little bit away from the drag area. I don't think there's no return to that tribe.
I think when he looked at how much money he's lost in Tesla, he's on his way back, and I think he overcorrects. Just goes all the way. Starts
rebadging everything as a Subaru.
And then he gets beat up outside of his comedy club because he already angered the rest of his new base.
Just getting walloped by MAGAs and a bunch of lesbians.
All right, we are almost out of time, but I did want to run one question by you, doing some more Elon digging. So he is straight up asking for baby mamas. He's direct messaging influencers and whoever else online and saying, hey, man, would you like to sign an NDA and birth one of my children because I need a lead? Right? So my question is, how is that not prostitution?
Well, if you're rich, it's different.
Okay,
you learn that about America?
So, how about this? What if regular old street pimps become notaries, right? Force you to sign an NDA. Yep, give me $200 and here's your paperwork. Is that all legal now?
You think an Elon NDA is going to be $200? You lost your rabbit mind, dude.
No, but I'm saying if it works for him, could it work for everybody else that way? Small business,
No, he's got a lot of lawyers on there. So another, I'm going in a different direction. The other day I saw this thing, and it was, I forgot where it was from. It was either Japanese or North Korean spine. I got to look into this one again. But apparently this dude was theater trained classically, and he fooled someone, I think it was from Britain. and again, I'm just tossing out different countries. I should have read up more about this, but he pretty much told this one guy that he was a woman. They had intercourse. He even presented an adopted baby, made this dude believe they had a child together for 20 years before they discovered this dude was just siphoning on secrets. So I'm saying we catfish. We catfish till we get a mega yacht.
I'm in. Yeah. We don't have much else going on here once tariffs hit. So
I'm not gay, but a mega yacht is a mega yacht.
$20 is $20.
I'm Alex Midway, and I put out.
I'm Eric Halsey. Just give us money, man.
Dad, chill.
Later, Gators.